had quite the connection to Coach Kelsey before she went to Marquette. DeBoer over the block in the back row to the floor. That's a great dig by Stanishevska. Setting it was Kirsch for DeBoer. To the floor went Duzema, and Illinois ties it at 22.
I always love to see that ball flushed away. Great spot right in between Michigan State's middle back and their libero. They're just having a hard time communicating who's getting to that ball.
Mumchilar the attack. Well, across the court was DeBoer. Long back from Mumchilar, the block touch. Setting here with Sophie Randall. Now the set by Kogan. Long. Mumchilar into the block. Still playable here for the Spartans. Long trying to dump it to the middle, and DeBoer got a block touch. And then there's the kill by Kenna Phelan. And she came in 9th in the nation in assists per set at 10.53. 12-10 here. Phelan gets a swing. Already has a couple of kills. Done by Kirsch. DeBoer, block touch. Long saves it, but it stayed to the right of the antenna. Arguello serves set point. Going over off the pass. Illinois can't take advantage of it though. Mumchilar into the block. Phelan the long pass over to Avery Hernandez. One of the first times we've seen her attack today. The second time. Rolls back over after a joust. Hernandez attacks again. Good up in the back by Stanishevska. To the floor went Kirsch. Hernandez bumps it over. Free ball Michigan State. Long over to Mumchilar. Out of bounds, but
it was around in the middle of that pretty long rally there. There's that ending point.
We've been in a kind of a rotation to start the year with Taylor DeBoer and Auburn Tompkinson, but those two players playing so well that they're getting most of the reps. There's Mumchilar to the sideline, popped up by Kogan. Philpott off 1 foot.
Yeah.
That is allowed. Hair in the net. Jen Thomas on the sideline saying we should get our challenge back because we saw the net moving like somebody touched it. It happened to be their hair. It should be like a kind of a as Tompkinson comes here to play like a split decision on the challenge. Like you don't get the point, but you keep the challenge because of the specificity of the call. As Burbage with the block makes it 16-14.
Really impressive up there by Clayton for the Spartans, but Burbage, she wants it. She gives it her all every time she sets one up.
Give a fun note here in a moment as Stanishevska had the serve. DeBoer, the attack. Nice up by Stanishevska. So she does it offensively and defensively. Does it again. Schneider. 1 foot Mumchilar. Middle attack Burbage, and that's between Schneider and Stanishevska that time. In between timeouts, and videos get played on the big board here as we see this swing by Caleb.
That platform put out by Clayton just straight back.
Yeah, Tompkinson getting 2 straight kills with her team down a set point. Kirsch with the great up. Phelan has to knock it over. Long. The set a little off for Carmen Way. Aguayo. Schneider with the dig. Stanishevska stays on her feet to play that one, coming in front of the 10-foot line. The joust. Phelan won it, but Long is right there to get it over. Aguayo cross court. The up by Stanishevska. Here's Mumchilar. Spins it, rolls it to the back. Good dig by Hernandez. Long. Mumchilar, the kill.
Now Collier to serve for Wisconsin, trying to tie this one up. Set to Jacobs, stuffed by Horner and Andrew. Back to the left side, over the top, and the overpass from Collier sets up Michigan. But this one blocked by Vajagic to tie it at 6. Wisconsin was able to put together quite a bit of runs en route to a sweep over the Illini. Near side blocked, kept alive. Horner sets up Booth. Is denied. Bump set, Simon from outside the 10-foot line. Here's Collier. On the right side is kept alive on the block. A joust won by Quest. Now on the overpass, it's Jenna Haynes who takes advantage.
Court, but couldn't make it in.
Dragic into the back row, set by Burke. Out of the back once again, there's Jacobs. Collier right at the net. Jacobs dives to keep that one alive. Going to be a free ball here for Wisconsin. Simon to Horner to Booth through the block. Bump set, the swing from Johnson through the block. Vajagic tries to catch up with this one and cannot. Point Michigan, tied up at 21. The floor defense for Michigan.
Both these teams doing a great job of keeping the ball up. A little bit of
Vajagic at the service line holding a 2-1 lead for Wisconsin. Burke at the 10-foot line, just going to be a free ball over. Simon on the receiving end. Now Booth out of the middle, the power tip. Swing from the right side, there's Johnson. Vajagic keeps it alive. Collier, point Wisconsin. They were down early in set one, able to rally. Can they find something here in set two? Collier, the roll shot, able to keep that one in play. Roll shot for Demetrician. Andrew to Vajagic. Burke out of the middle, point Michigan. It's Jenna Haynes again out of the middle. And what a run the Wolverines are on now. This set by the Horns just yet. Collier out of the back. Burke keeps that one alive. The bump set here by Cochran. Bump set by Simon. The swing from Madison Quest into the back row, sent high by Cochran. Swing from Jacobs over the top of the block. Collier's there for it. Horner to Quest. Horner back to Vajagic, and a point goes to Wisconsin. A bit out of rotation. Quest from the left side, off the top of the block. Burke, Jacobs with the power tip, unable to find home. Here's Vajagic on the other end of that one, though, is Burke. Here's Jacobs over the block. Simon the dig in the back. Out of the back, here's Collier, places it down. Point Wisconsin, tied up at 18. No side. Horner listed as a setter and a right side, so that physicality at the net is something that she can bring to the table. Swing by Jacobs over the top of the block. There's Chan to keep it up in the air. Bump set from Horner. Collier from the 10-foot line. Burke back to Jacobs, the power tip. Chan diving for the dig. Collier, another diving dig on the other side by Cochran. Out of the back, there's Demetrician. Bump set for Simon. Off the top of the block is Mimi Collier. Hits the Badgers to 23. The 14th kill of the match for Mimi Collier. Time. Vajagic with the lead back in the Badgers' direction. Swing by Demetrician, blocked. Early celebration, but we play on. Booth, dig again by Cochran. Swing by Demetrician, blocked again by Booth. Overpass, here's Booth, places it down perfectly. Carter Booth, are you kidding me? Time out, Michigan.
And as a coach, giving trust to your young players is the best thing when it comes to their development.
Elnady rolls it over. Minnesota has been in system. Another slide attempt. Unsuccessful. Retool. Elnady's there. From the back row, a little shove over. Wagner gets it to fall.
I don't know if that's exactly how Northwestern drew it up there, but getting the job done when you're out of system is crucial. You have to get those. She can also dig a ball out.
She's also excellent at the service line. Acevedo. Now Rylan Reed. It's a dig for Gar. Carter, far side, a little shove for Reed. And Swenson resettles. Bullington off the block. Carter over to Reed, another opportunity. It gets down. It was blocked by Taylor in front, but on Minnesota's side. And the Wildcat to develop behind Melanie Schaffmaster, who's an excellent setter for the Golden Gophers. Hansen from the back row, little shove. Now Reed bashes one past the block. Minnesota somehow kept it alive. Back row attack. Hansen hammers it.
Northwestern had the momentum on that point, and Minnesota, a really good, historically, had very good middle blockers.
Jordan Taylor that time with her third block already. A block by Myers. Wildcats can't get the ball over. 7 consecutive matches for Taylor with multiple blocks. Great up from Carter. Free ball over. Little slide poke for Myers. You can tell the veteran leadership from her coming over from Purdue with a team.
Would have been a very impressive dig, but Campbell, Paris, the kill.
Swenson over to Acevedo. Set a bit too far. Dignan, bump set. Bullington blocked. El Nadi defensively keeping it alive. From the back row, a roll shot. Great defense. Gar that time with the dig. Dignan now. Some great volleyball here in Evanston. And finally, Hansen finishes it off. Past Dignan in the back row. Julia Hansen finding a groove in set 2.
And if you're Northwestern, you can't be discouraged by that point because that's just really good play on both sides. Gives Minnesota a free opportunity.
This time a controlled dig from Drew Wright. El Nadi gets blocked though. Great reshuffling defensively for Northwestern. El Nadi kept up by Gilk. Simkis bats it down right at the front of the net. Bella Simkis emerging here in set number 2.
Her first kill of the afternoon. She's been good offensively.
Far side, Gilk blocked. It was Gary that time. Near side, Kinney, great dig by Reed. Swenson, a little pump fist over. A back set for Bullington. Too much power. Gilk.
This afternoon.
Alnadi serves. Swenson, near side. It's Kinney. Rylan Reed, 2 hands, trying to find an empty spot. Great up by Paris. Western's defense able to recenter itself. Great dig from El Nadi. Paris gets another kill. 5 for Campbell Paris. She has been so efficient, so effective. She is forcing Tim Nolan to keep her out there. 10-9 lead for Minnesota. Swenson, a quick set. Gary denies. Free ball bump over. Reed with an opportunity. Swenson keeps it alive. Gilk. Far side for Reed again. Taylor, a left-handed fling. Gary off the block. Kinney finally bashes it home. Gophers by 2 in the 3rd set. Just some fantastic defense.
They're going to have to try and push it the other way.
Hansen serves. That's a nice job by Navarrete in serve receive. Bullington got all of that. Wildcats retreat. Free ball over from El Nadi. Back set for Myers. Bullington. Another kill for the freshman. 9. McKenna Gar just a step slow. And the Wildcats, Minnesota's other starting pin, Alex Acevedo, going down with injury in the 2nd set. Have not seen her since. Landed awkwardly on her left leg. Bullington. It's kept alive by Gar. That's a great dig. And a free ball over. Simkis, a one-hand tap. Here's Hansen. Elnady sets it for Reed. Blocked! Jordan Taylor continues the dominance. 7th block of the afternoon. Minnesota has not played a 5-setter yet this season. Northwestern trying to change that. Goes over on 2. Dignan had to free ball it over because Simkus had a touch. Kinney down for the kill. Elnady was there diving to her right, but too much power for Kinney.
Take care of the ball at the net with that great looking block. Maryland 3rd in the Big Ten in blocks per set. Mendelson sends it over. Melby. Nice up by Selman. Martin off hands. Melby tries again, another great dig. Nathan that time getting it done. Melby, what a rally. The defense coming through and Selman finishes it off.
In the Big Ten, but hats off to Steve Aird and his team. They're looking good so far in this Big Ten season.
Purdue UCLA, another 5-setter. That one was exciting. Watch a little bit of the end of that. Martin tips it over. Out of system are the Terps. Hop. Kept in play by Malual. Again, the defense coming through. But it's the Terps that get the last laugh. Rohrbach putting it down for a big point.
Love the defensive effort, but here you're going to see in system running that slide to Rohrbach. That was hard cross court, and the block was ready for it.
Whitney Lyons out of system again. Free ball over. Melby. Up by Grimes. Ewing. Set over by Melby. Martin. Right back in her face again, and Rohrbach is fired up. Terps coming up big at the net.
Well, the block for Maryland right now, having all kinds of fun. Really
good to see that she's okay after taking a hit. Oh, wow. Hits it into the block. Tries it again. Martin. Big up from Wagner. And it's set over. But somehow kept in play. Ridiculous rally. Malual tries to end it, but too strong.
A real scrappy play on Whitney Lyons' side of the net for the ball and is able to execute a sharp cross-court shot for a winner.
Ooh, smart play by Wagner, but it's read well by Penn State. Melby. Denial at the net. Rohrbach says no.
Yeah, 44 versus 44. Rohrbach gets this right what their serving game looks like here in the 4th set.
Tough serve. Terps handle it well. Free ball over. Malual met with the block. Off hands. Whitney Lyons defense. Keeping him in it. Ewing. Mendelson makes no mistake about it.
I love the speed of her approach. I love the distance that she was away from.
Mendelson. Somehow Williams keeps it up. Mendelson sends it over to Martin. Maryland putting it all on the line defensively. Free ball. Mendelson says not today.